Hi everyone, it's Nicole and I'm here with another Scrap and Chat. I just grabbed one of the page kits that I put together during my Kitted Up class. It's a class where we put together several different ways to put page kits together. It was 5 different ways, so I have a bunch of page kits that are good to be used, so I figured that I will use them. So this cardstock here is actually, I got that like almost 20 years ago. It was Scrapbook Sally, which was a manufacturer here in Canada, and I would buy all my cardstock from them. And I had, when we moved, I found this 50 sheets of this cardstock. And I was like, I gotta use that. Like, that's been sitting there for like, you know, X amount of years and I haven't been using them. And now I think I'm just about at the end, and now I'm like, oh, I'm really sad because now I've gotten used to that navy blue color. I'm really gonna miss it when I don't have it anymore. I have quite a bit of blues, but they're all blues like this, or, you know, that kind of blue. So I'll have to go through my blues and kind of figure out what I have and try to use up what I have. Because for the last, ever since we moved, so when I packed up my stuff to move from our old house to our new house, I was like, okay, this is crazy. It took me a long time to pack up all the stuff to move. And then even when we were transferring stuff, when we got to the new house, we were putting stuff like into piles, right? Like kitchen, scrapbook room, because we put everything in the basement so that we wouldn't have to unpack everything all at once. Anyway, my son's friend was like, about halfway through unpacking, he was like, how much cardstock does a woman need? And I have to say, like, I didn't pack that kind of stuff in big boxes because it was heavy. So I was trying to make it, you know, like medium-sized boxes, not too big, so that it wouldn't be hard on our backs to move back and forth. But yes, there was a ton of, you know, cardstock boxes. So I'm like, okay, you got to start using up some of that stuff. So that's when I decided to go on a spending freeze, and it's been over 3 years and I'm still on that spending freeze for most of the year. What I do is I don't buy stuff for most of the year, and then once a year when I go to Crop and Create, which by the way, the sign up for that was last Wednesday, the 6th, and I'm signed up, so woohoo! What? All signed up for Crop and Create for 2020. I can't believe that it's come around already. Now, thankfully, my friend Monique sends me a Facebook message and tells me, don't forget, sign up is, you know, coming up. And I'm like, oh, I'm glad you told me because I had no idea. I would have missed it. Last year, it filled up in 24 hours, I think. And then they opened up a few more spots, and so they sold out. So that's good, because there was a couple years they were like, you better invite everybody you know, because we, you know, if we can't get more people, we won't be coming to Moncton. So it's like, I think everybody was just like telling all their friends, and so we have a pretty good group of ladies that are going. We're going to stay, even though we're 20 minutes away, we take a hotel room. And there's 4 of us in the room. So you know what? It ends up being not that much. I think it was under $100 last year each for the weekend. And then we're there. You know, when it closes at 11 or whenever it does, we just go upstairs. And where there's 4 to the room, I have my shower at night. Because, you know, 4 women having showers in the morning, that's no fun. And then the last day, what I did was, one of the days, I think we finished really late. So what I did was I came, oh no, it was the second night. Instead of waiting till 11, I went up around 9 o'clock and had a shower and then went back down and kept scrapping. And then that way, if somebody else wanted to have a shower before they went to bed, it wasn't going to be like midnight before, you know, before we could go to bed. I need to have some water. My throat is really aggravating me today. Okay. I don't think I'm getting sick. It's just the wear and tear of talking, I think. Okay. I kind of like this. I don't know where I want to put it though. Maybe at the top. You know, I had no idea what I wanted to do with this layout when I started. I printed this picture last time I did it. Last time I did a layout. And I didn't end up using, I ended up using the other photo. So it was sitting just on top here. And I'm like, hey, I printed that photo. Let's use it. So then I just went and looked at some page kits that I had put together. And this is kind of a childish, you know, collection. It's, let me see what it's called. Echo Park Dino Friends. This is not anything to do with dinosaurs. I'm okay with that. I just want to talk about, you know, this is when we broke on the side of the highway. Our first time camping this summer. We were going to climb Mount Carlton, which is about 5 hours away from where we live. An hour into the trip, 45 minutes to an hour. Our truck didn't break down, but our tent trailer, a part in the wheel broke. So we pulled to an emergency turnaround. And our second daughter, like her middle child, she and her husband were in their own vehicle because we can all fit in a vehicle, right? And and my son was in her car too. We had my oldest daughter and we had Mason. And so they turned around, came back, and then we had to go back to Moncton, which it was, like I said, 45, 50 minutes away, buy the part. But you know what? There is, with all the ickiness in the world that happens, there's still a lot of good people in this world, I can tell you. The people that flagged us down, because we didn't notice, this thing was billowing smoke, almost caught on fire, and we didn't notice because it was in the back, right? And so this truck pulled over beside us, and they were telling us to pull over. They ended up staying like a good hour. He helped my husband take that thing off, and was offering to leave his wrenches with us, and you know, I'll give you my number, and you know, you can just get him to me whenever. And we're like, no, I think we'll be okay with the tools we have. And then we called the place, because this is a Friday night, almost 5 o'clock. So we called the place, and he had the part, but they were supposed to close at 5. He stayed open for us so we could drive back and go get this part. and then we had to call, because it's a provincial park, and we had to be there before 9 while we were stuck on the side of the highway for over 5 hours. Like, it was ridiculous. We had to call the park and say, you know, we're going to be late, because they had told us if you get late, you can't come in the park. So we told them, we said, we broke on the side of the highway. Like, is it okay? Should we turn around? No, we'll let you in. We're not supposed to. Anyway, so then we got into this major rainstorm, and that slowed us down even more because we couldn't drive fast. Plus, then we had to stop for supper and all this stuff. So we called them again, and we got somebody else, and he was like, well, no, you can't come. And we're like, we're about 2 hours away now. Like, we made it all this, you know, this way. You told us okay a while ago. Like, so anyway, he talked to his bigger boss, and he said, yeah, we're not supposed to, but okay. So we got there. It was 2:30 in the morning. So what we did was all of us stayed in the vehicle except my husband and my daughter's husband. They went and they set up the trailer as quietly as they could. And then we just kind of went in quietly. My daughter was going to set up their tent, and they said, you know, we'll just set it up in the morning, because they didn't want to make too much noise. So they stayed inside the trailer with us. We had the room, so it worked out good. But oh, what a trip. That trip was something to to write a story about. So we were talking to Mason. I mean, I use every opportunity as a learning experience. So we were all like kind of laughing and going on, and I said to Mason, I said, you know, when things like this happen, you can take it two ways. You can get upset and get mad, and then everything's going to go wrong, which everything ended up going wrong anyway, because I'll talk about that a little later. But I said, or you can just say, hey, it's part of the adventure. Nobody got hurt. You know, that couple pulled us over before it caught on fire, because that could have been really bad. So, you know, I was just telling him that you got to just look at it as, oh, you know, a month from now, 2 weeks from now, it's going to be a story for us to tell. So you got to look at it that way. You know, nobody got hurt or anything like that. So, and so anyway, they went, got the part. We couldn't all fit in her cars. So myself, his mom, and Mason, we stayed behind. We opened the tent trailer enough that we took out some chairs. He wanted to sit on the ground, but we took out some chairs, some camping chairs, and we sat out, you know, just in front of the trailer. And my daughter brought out her speaker, Bluetooth speaker. We were listening to music. At one point, me and Mason, we were dancing. We just had a blast. We had, was it 2 or 3 people? We had this young guy. It's a divided highway. We're in between. This young guy went by, saw us there, went to the next turnaround or the next exit, came back and asked us if we were okay. Just a young guy in his 20s. And he said, I drove by, I saw you guys, you girls here, and I just want to make sure that, you know, you got someone coming to help you. And we said, yeah, we're good. They just went to get a part, and, you know, they're on their way. Okay, just want to make sure you were good. I thought that was so sweet, you know, and like I said, there's really a lot of good people in this world. Then it was a forest ranger. He was, that kind of made us go, oh, but he had gotten a call. He drove by that way, saw us there, came back and said, you guys okay? Yeah, we're just waiting. Okay, just want to make sure. And I just want to let you know that I got a call for a bear, a sighting of a bear. So I'm, you know, close to houses and stuff. And it's about 4 kilometers from here. So it's a little ways, but just keep an eye out. And we're like, okay, thank you. So all these people were stopping, and kind of making sure that we were good. So I want to talk about that. I don't have a lot of room, but I'll make sure that I like this. You are awesome. So I want to talk about how people are awesome. And, I don't know where I could put this because I got a cluster here. So I could do right here. I think that's what I'll do. And as you can tell, I don't have a whole bunch of embellishments here. I'm just going with what I have on these sheets, which, and even like during the class, I also mentioned like this would be the way that I would do it if I was like down to the wire. Oh my gosh, I'm running out of time. I would make my page kits this way. Not my favorite way, but better than going with 1,001 things, right? So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to ink the edges of this. I don't think you can hear it, but my husband is in the garage, which is right underneath, and he's making some diamond painting pens. So I'm doing this. This is, today's the, what day are we today? The 9th. I'm doing this video for Monday, the 11th, because I'm working. And I'm really trying to make sure that I get stuff ready. Okay, so while I'm talking about that, I'll talk about what the new schedule is going to look like. It might take a couple of weeks before it's like official, but Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, I'm going to do some layouts. Probably most of the time it's going to be real time, just because it does save me a lot of like editing and stuff. Saves me a bit of time. And then on Tuesdays and Saturdays, it's going to be diamond painting. Now next week, it's going to be Thursday and Saturday because I already have something planned for Tuesday, which is the last, the books I read for the mini album. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday, scrapbooking. Tuesday, Saturday is going to be diamond painting. Probably 2 different diamond paintings that I'm going to be working on. And then, so that only leaves Thursdays and Sundays. And most of the time, I won't be uploading anything on those days. But that'll be the days where I'll do my mini albums, like because that's only once a month. So I'll pick a Tuesday or a Sunday to upload that. Or my book hauls, because I only do like 1 book haul a month. So at least 2 of those will be filled up by something. So I'm going to sort of ramp it up, you know. It's going to be 5 days a week, 3 days scrapbooking, 2 days diamond painting. I am loving diamond painting, by the way. So I want to do a few days of that for sure. So at least you'll know what day, if you're not into diamond painting, you'll know what day I'm going to put up my diamond painting. It's a fun craft, so relaxing. I love it. This is relaxing too, but I find I need kind of something different. And you say, but Nicole, you read too. Yes, I read. But sometimes you want something that your brain is not actually working, right? In diamond painting, I find that once you choose your color and you're going, excuse me, you don't have to think. I'm just drinking some water. You don't have to think. So, and I really love the monotony of it. And I love it when the picture's done too. If you want to see a picture done, my last diamond painting, that would be on this channel, which would have been put up on Wednesday, I believe. I actually finished a diamond painting, which that doesn't happen often, depending on the size of your diamond painting, of course. It's not like a scrapbook page, right? Scrapbook page, it's like you start it and it's like, oh, you know, half an hour, 45 minutes, an hour and a half, and you're done. A diamond painting, that was, I think, 25 hours it took me. But I love it. Okay, so there's not going to be much in these clusters. Oof, I lost the word. Because I don't have a lot, and I'm just trying to pretend that, you know, I'm at a crop and I don't have anything else. And I still find it's okay. I'm going to add a few enamel dots because I always bring extra enamel dots. And I'm thinking of putting a title. I don't know. I like those big letters, but I don't like that, you know, it's hard to choose a color because they're all different colors. So I just want to do, let's get a wax paper because the last time I didn't. And, oh, if I wouldn't have used that, maybe I can put another word there. Let me see if I can put another word there. And then I could just do people are, and then use that word. It'll be one less thing, one less word that I have to spell out. Okay, let me see if I can find another word to put there. There's rar some, but there's really nothing else. It's all about dinosaurs. That's okay. I think I'll use that rar some. I'm okay with that. It actually takes up a little bit more room here. So it fills up my embellishment cluster a little bit more. I'll put that star right there because I kind of tore that up a little bit. So I'm going to try to go a little faster. I usually stick the stickers on my hand and then I put it on the sticker sheet just to try to save time. Okay, so I'm going to put down people. Oh, so we had a storm yesterday. It was like 20 centimeters. It was like, ugh. Of course, my youngest daughter's birthday is tomorrow. And they had plans today and they had plans tomorrow. And plus I work tomorrow, so I couldn't do anything. So it was yesterday. It kind of stopped snowing for a little bit. So the roads were still a little, but they live on the same road that we live on, just a little further towards town. So anyway, they came over and Mason slept over Thursday and Friday night. Last night we're like, oh yeah, you just can sleep over again. How about if I put it there? People are awesome. Yeah, right there. Because I find anywhere else on this, it's not going to show. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, it's going to fit. So I'm going to start with people because I wanted to end right where this thing, this die cut ends. So I'm going to put people. So anyway, I made this thing called sesame chicken. Now somebody asked if I could share the recipe. I know I did already. It's quite a long recipe to write out. So I looked for it a little bit today. I couldn't find it where I shared it. It was on one of the Facebook groups. So I'll look for it again. And, but for some reason it wasn't on Nicole Jones 911. I do have a few recipes that I shared on there. If I can't find it, I'll just copy it again, and it'll have to be next week though, because I go to work tomorrow. So, and I'll put it on Nicole Jones 911, like the Facebook group. It's really good. We make enough for like 50 people. Well, not really, but you know what I mean. Like we quadruple the recipe, if not 5 times the recipe, because everybody loves it. I'd like to have a little bit of space in between, like at least that much. So it took us, we started at 1:30 or 1. We start at 1. The prep part took us from 1 to 3. And then you got to let the chicken kind of marinate. And then I started cooking the chicken. It's actually called sesame chicken salad, but it's with noodles. It's amazing. The sauce is just, oh, so good. The sauce, I actually make 3 batch of the sauce to marinate the chicken. And then I do another 5 batch of the sauce. And we put it in a container, like to put it on top. So like today, you know, it's a day old, so it's going to be a little drier. So we can put some of that sauce and then just put it in the microwave. And then it's saucy again. So that's what I mean by and then the spaghettini, we buy like the big, like 900 grams. I cook 2 of those. And then a pack of chicken, like boneless chicken, like $28 worth of boneless chicken. So we make a lot. And, but it's so good. And we only make it like maybe 3 times a year because, you know, it takes a long time to make. It's fairly, you know, probably cost us all together, because you got to buy yellow, red, orange peppers, broccoli, ginger, garlic powder, and the noodles and the chicken. So it's not too much, maybe $50, about the same as my spaghetti sauce, really. Because when I make a spaghetti sauce, I make like a huge pot. So we make that maybe 3 times a year. Usually the kids want it for their birthday. And a lot of times we'll make it on New Year's Day because they want to start the year off properly. And by that they mean, you know, we got to start it with sesame chicken because that's everybody's favorite meal. So it was a good meal. And then my daughter doesn't like cake. So I made a lemon pie and a coconut cream pie. Oh, it was a busy day yesterday. So I wasn't able to get any videos done. I had one. No, I did. I did a video on top of that for yesterday too. That's right. I did that first thing in the morning because Mason and my husband went to get the stuff to make the sesame chicken because we both worked the day before and Mason had hockey, so we didn't have time to buy the stuff. So that's right. I did my page in the morning. So yeah, it was a busy day yesterday. I was in bed at 8:30. I'm like, sorry guys, but my daughter ended up sleeping over, her and her husband. Like, I'm really sorry, but I have to go to bed. Like, I am spent. And I knew that today I was going to have to make, I think, 3 videos. And then I go to work tomorrow for 3 days. So I'm like, you know what? My throat is kind of not behaving right now. kind of feel like I have a scratchy throat. So I have to make sure to go to bed. I'm looking for my navy distress ink. Huh. I don't know where it is. What is this? Oh, I think I'll use that. It's Colorings Heidi Ho Blue. I'm trying, like I said, trying to use everything that I have. Oh, but that, I was going to say maybe that's the wrong blue, but I think it'll be okay. Not a lot of embellishments, but the story's going to be down. Kind of shows Mason just sitting there waiting for our rescuers to come back and fix the vehicle. Oh, and I said I was going to finish the story. When they came to take the first part off, one little piece got stuck on. It took an hour and a half of putting a tool and banging on it to get it to come off. And my daughter's husband was doing the banging and my husband was doing the holding. And I'm just going to say that his fingers got hit a few times. Oh my gosh. I think I might have a video actually of them doing it. So if I find it, I'll attach it to this because you can hear everybody just laughing and going on. Like everybody was just, you know, like I said to Mason, having a good attitude. It wasn't fun. It was a long day. We left at 2 o'clock in the afternoon and we never got there till 3 o'clock in the morning. So it took us 13 hours to get where we wanted to go, and it was a 5-hour trip, but we got there. Everybody was good. Oh, one more thing I want to do is put the date, 2019, because I'm getting really bad at that. And I want to make sure that I do it when I do the page, because right now I know when it is. And then 6 months from now, I'll go to put the page away and then I'll be, when was that? I won't remember. It seems that as soon as I do the page, I kind of just forget when that was. So this was actually June 2019, but I think just 2019 is fine. Do I want to put it there? No. Maybe I want to put it closer to that embellishment cluster. Yeah, I think I like it better there. Okay, so that's it. That's going to complete this layout. And I want to thank you so much for watching. Bye.